Any basketball enthusiast knows that hip-hop star Drake is a fervent Toronto Raptors fan, and the certified lover boy himself can often be seen courtside cheering on his beloved team. He's even taken charge of Team Canada in a celebrity game featuring tennis star Eugenie Bouchard in the past. Today, we're discussing Drake benching the tennis beauty, plus some of his other courtside antics over the years. So stay where you are. Let's jump straight in then. What went down with Bouchard? You probably remember back in 2016 when Drake took charge of a celebrity Canadian team during the NBA All-Star Weekend. They were taking on a USA team featuring the likes of Nick Cannon and mini Ice Cube himself, O'Shea Jackson Jr., but they had some serious talent of their own, such as NBA icon Tracy McGrady and Canadian actor Stephen James. Also suiting up for Team Canada were tennis stars Milos Raonic and Eugenie Bouchard, and a few years after the experience, the latter spoke out about her time under the rap mogul, describing him as super positive. Bouchard then explained that Drake wanted to make sure everyone was having fun, but she was eager for more tactical input as she really wanted to get one over on Team USA. However, it turns out Drake wasn't particularly impressed with Jeannie's performance, as he ended up benching the tennis beauty. She said, "He was like, yeah, go and have fun, and I went in to go play a shift, and I came back and he was like, Jeannie, I'm benching you." Yeah, I was really not good, and it was mostly men playing as well. And you know, the egos were coming out and men were trying to show off, and no one was passing me the ball, and Drake just thought I wasn't beneficial for the team. But it didn't impact her too much, as she conceded that she still loves him and he even smells amazing. Well, there you have it. We're discussing some of Drake's greatest courtside hits next. Stay with us. As we all know, Drake is regularly spotted courtside, and as a man who is obsessive about his image, you probably weren't too surprised back in 2014 when he was spotted lint rolling his black jeans on the sidelines. The Raptors were taking on the Brooklyn Nets right in front of his eyes, but you wouldn't have realized it if you only happened to be watching Drake himself, who has been a regular at the Air Canada Center for years now. The bizarre moment probably isn't too surprising given his bougie behavior. I mean, this is a man who recently turned up to another Raptors game wearing an expensive-looking cream fur coat with 2 teddy bears sewn onto the front. Shortly after being spotted lint rolling his jeans, fans lit up social media to question who brings a lint roller out with them, let alone to an NBA game. Well, Drake, that's who. What's the wildest fashion faux pas you guys have ever made? Let us know below. His Rodney Stuckey moment is coming through next. The Scorpion rapper was, of course, in attendance back in 2016 as the Indiana Pacers rolled into town to take on his beloved Raptors in the playoffs, and a fiery encounter saw Drizzy himself engage in some pretty unsportsmanlike conduct. It was the fourth quarter, and the Raptors were attempting to mount a serious comeback, but the Pacers weren't about to let them have it all their own way, and as their guard, Stuckey attempted to stop the Toronto outfit's onslaught. He turned the ball over, but ended up stumbling out of bounds. It just so happened that he stumbled right into Rihanna's ex, who offered him no help whatsoever. The artist was actually caught on camera obnoxiously clapping towards Stuckey in a bid to get into his head, and it appears to have worked, as the Raptors managed to overcome Stuckey's Pacers team with a 4-3 series win. I mean, all is fair in love and war, right? We're talking his hilarious swipe at Hove now. Stay with us. Champagne Papi has been known to jump on the mic occasionally in a bid to G up a team, who before 2019 had promised much but delivered very little. And since the Vince Carter years, the Toronto outfit went on a barren playoffless run, which was eventually put to an end as they scooped the championship in 2019. However, before that, they had to rely on people like Drake for some inspiration, and who can forget his dig at legendary Brooklyn rapper Jay-Z right before a Raptors vs Nets game back in 2014. Speaking to the Raptors broadcast team, Drake claimed, "This is the people's team out here tonight. You know what I mean? Toronto Raptors. Jay-Z's somewhere eating a fondue plate." Hilarious. Jigga Man didn't take it to heart, as he appeared on Drizzy's 2021 album Certified Lover Boy, providing a verse on Love All. What is your favorite Drake track? Some legendary friends are rolling through next. Cast your eye over the sidelines at any given game on any night during the regular NBA season, and you're sure to see one or two famous faces. Nowhere is this more accurate than at the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles, when the Lakers are at home. Back in 2015, Drake was spotted courtside with a pair of legends in the form of Training Day actor Denzel Washington, who didn't know how to run the phone, as well as Tyrese, who explained that the trio had the same dentist at the end of the video. Washington explained, "I'm rolling with T, I'm rolling with Drake," while the Canadian threw up some peace signs in the background. Lovely. Who can forget that legendary team announcement back in 2014? Stay tuned. It appears as though Drake may have missed his calling as a stadium announcer. During the 2014 season, the Raptors' most famous fan was again in attendance and had been asked to announce the team's lineup to thousands of adoring fans inside Air Canada Center. And it's safe to say he fully embraced his task, even if Raptors head coach Dwayne Casey didn't appear all too impressed, having called the current Pistons coach dashingly handsome. He also went on to describe Lithuanian center Jonas Valanciunas as that guy who loves to spend his free time at Scarborough Town Center. He also took a playful swipe at All-Star Kyle Lowry by suggesting people think he looks like Chris Tucker before proceedings finally got underway. Hilarious. Do you guys remember Drake's team intro? Pretty funny, right? Drake's mom is in the house next. When you have a night named in your honor, it's safe to say you can do as you please. And proving that he's a mama's boy at heart, Drake has been known to bring his mom Sandy along to watch his beloved Raptors on occasion. Back in November 2015, the Hotline Bling superstar was filmed getting down in his seat as the hit track rang out around Air Canada Centre. Of course, the song was everywhere at the time, and fans lapped it up as he gyrated away in his courtside chair. Sandy proved she was also one of his biggest fans as she flashed a huge grin in response to her son's antics. Do you guys remember this one? And finally, we're discussing a couple of infamous courtside violations. Who could forget that hilarious clip of Drake standing behind a stone-faced Paul Pierce back in 2015? The stoic Wizards man seemed thoroughly unimpressed with Oubre during the final play of the game and wanted no part in anything he had to offer. With the Raptors defending a 95-93 lead, Drizzy began pestering Pierce, who gave him a look so cutting it would have scythed down most men. The Toronto native saw the funny side and burst out laughing, but Pierce was undeterred and didn't even crack a smile. The incident would serve as something of a precursor to another hilarious incident that happened a year later, involving Bulls swingman Justin Holiday. With Drake chirping in his ear, Holiday was called for a 5-second violation, undoubtedly due to the rapper's disruptive behavior. The View singer then celebrated like he had just scored the winning basket in the NBA championship, but Toronto still lost the game 106-103. Holiday would later claim that he wasn't paying attention to Drizzy, but we're almost certain his antics are what led to the violation. Drake looked as though he would have been more at home on an English football terrace with his Stone Island jacket on, but the incident begs the question, why fans or even the general public are allowed to get so close to sports stars in North America. In most other countries around the world, you would not be allowed within a million miles of these guys. Not here though. As usual, thanks for tuning in today, and be sure to swing by again next time when we will be discussing all sorts of other cool bits and pieces. And why not do us a big favor by liking today's video, while also sharing it with any Drake or NBA fans you have lurking on those social media accounts. Oh, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more great content coming in the near future. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.